In the ever-evolving world of athletics, few names have risen as swiftly and as forcefully as Caitlin Clark. For those unfamiliar with the complexities of women's basketball, it could be easy to ignore the revolutionary influence she's had on the game. But for those who have seen her perform, there's no disputing that Caitlin Clark is more than simply a rising star. She's a phenomenon. To those who argue the contrary, the issue remains, if not Caitlin Clark, then who would you want to launch your brand with?
Seattle Storm, here's Clark. Clark looking to take it around Lloyd. Clark bodies in and finishes.
That's one of the things that Caitlin Clark has done really well throughout the course of those last 10 games, is going to her right side, being physical and finishing even with contact.
Clark, what a pass, hit stride, and hold.
The dispute between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has become a heated subject in basketball circles. Angel Reese is clearly a skilled player, a force to be reckoned with on the court. However, when put opposite Caitlin Clark, the comparison becomes problematic. Clark's effect on the game goes well beyond her stats. Her leadership, court vision, and ability to execute under pressure distinguished her from her colleagues.
Well executed play by the Fever.
Clark the steal, Mitchell the knockaway, Clark's three, it's good.
Angel Reese has had a terrible few days, with setbacks that have left her in a precarious situation. Despite a strong statistical performance in a recent blowout defeat to the Phoenix Mercury, Reese is suffering the price for comparing her brand too closely to Caitlin Clark's. While Reese's brilliance is apparent, her choice to compare herself to Clark could have cost her dearly. Angel Reese has had a difficult time recently, with rejection coming from unexpected places. First, coach Cheryl Reeve made it apparent that Reese needed to be added to her radar. Despite Reese's obvious potential, Reeve chose to pass on her during the draft, a decision that has sparked heated debate. Reeve's decision to reject Reese was motivated by more than simply skill. It was also about fit, team relationships, and maybe personal prejudices.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that, because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game.
The second rejection came from Caitlin Clark herself. Clark, who has been on a roll lately, appeared to distance herself from the comparison to Reese, instead focusing on her own game. Clark's recent performances have been nothing short of spectacular, dominating teams like the Seattle Storm and developing players like Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hall. Angel Reese's on-court struggles have become more apparent as she continues to deal with comparisons to Caitlin Clark. Despite being a great rebounder and energy player, Reese has struggled to live up to the expectations set by her relationship with Clark. In her last few games, Reese has struggled with her shooting only 29% from the field, which does not reflect her talent.
And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
Reese's attachment to Caitlin Clark's brand has overshadowed her accomplishments. If she hadn't been compared to Clark, Reese might have been praised for her defensive abilities and energy on the court. However, as things stand, the comparisons have only served to highlight the difference between the two players. In an unexpected twist, Angel Reese's attempt to sign French Olympic star Gabby Williams to her team has also failed. Gabby Williams, noted for her defensive skills, just signed with the Seattle Storm, leaving Reese scrambling. Williams, who had been practicing with the French national team, decided to return to the WNBA and join the Storm, who had acquired her in a trade with the LA Sparks in 2022.
Yeah, America is not the entire world. I know there's some people in a certain place that need to hear that, but yes, America's not the whole world. I'm coming even later this time, which I didn't think was possible. I'm gonna keep pushing it, but no, I'm not.
Williams is no stranger to success, having been a starter in every game during a previous season, averaging 7.5 points and 5 rebounds. Her all-around skills earned her a spot on the all-defensive second team, helping the Storm make it to the WNBA semifinals. Her decision to join the Storm over teaming up with Reese is another blow to the Chicago Sky rookie. The debate over who deserves the Rookie of the Year title has been ongoing, with Caitlin Clark's name often at the forefront. However, Angel Reese has also been part of this conversation, albeit with less conviction. While Reese's energy and rebounding skills are commendable, her offensive struggles have made it difficult for her to be seen as a true contender for the title.
I think just reflecting back over my 4 years is just, I'm very grateful starting and playing in front of absolutely no one during COVID. And then obviously my sophomore year, we had good crowds. The curtains were down a lot of the games, and now it's impossible to get a ticket to get in the door to our games. So, yeah. I think the people that have made it the most special, obviously my teammates, my coaches, but it isn't what it is without all of you. So seriously, I mean that, and I thank you. And this is special. I don't know if you guys realize what you're doing for women's basketball and women's sports in general, but you're changing it. You're helping us change it. So seriously, from the bottom of my heart, from all of us, we thank you so much.
Reese's awkward left-handed shot, which she shoots from her shoulder rather than at eye level, has been a point of criticism. Despite her efforts to improve her mid-range game, Reese has yet to develop into the dynamic offensive player she aspires to be. The comparisons to Caitlin Clark have only heightened the pressure on Reese, making it even harder for her to find her footing in the WNBA. While Angel Reese struggles to find her rhythm, Caitlin Clark continues to dominate the court. Clark's recent performances have been nothing short of amazing, demonstrating her range and brilliance. Whether it's schooling the Seattle Storm or taking down the Phoenix Mercury, Clark has shown again and again why she's regarded as one of the finest in the game.
Yeah, she did wear the villain role on her sleeve, no doubt about that. She didn't do a lot to help herself when she was winning the NCAA championship last year against Iowa, and she was taunting Caitlin Clark.
Clark's effect extends beyond only her scoring ability. Her court vision, passing, and leadership make her a complete player, one who can alter the course of a game single-handedly. As the Rookie of the Year argument rages on, Clark's regular performances make it more tough to argue against her candidacy. Cheryl Reeve, head coach of the Minnesota Lynx and Team USA, has been the subject of criticism regarding her judgments concerning Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Reeve's choice to pass on Reese during the selection aroused questions, particularly given the disappointing performance of the player she did take. Reeve's argument for rejecting Reese appears to derive from a conviction that Reese wouldn't mix well with the team's approach.
Yeah, you know, obviously broken news. I've got to look at the roster to see who they picked to be on the team, but I would imagine they leaned on veterans. And while Caitlin has had an incredible season, I don't know if there's going to be a rookie on this roster. So if we look here,
Reeve's decisions haven't been limited to the WNBA draft. As the head coach of Team USA, Reeve also played a role in selecting the Olympic roster. Caitlin Clark, despite her impressive performances, was left off the roster, a decision that has sparked much debate. Some have hypothesized that Reeve's selections may be impacted by personal prejudices, especially considering her participation with the LGBTQ+ community. As Caitlin Clark continues to make waves in the WNBA, curiosity surrounding her future only grows. One of the most hotly debated topics is Clark's potential involvement in the Unrivaled League, a new league founded by Brianna Stewart and Nafiza Collier. The Unrivaled League, based on 3v3 basketball, allows players to play during the WNBA's summer and earn six-figure wages.
And again, we cannot understate the timing of this with the media rights deal being up next year, how she has completely driven eyeballs to the women's game this year, not only for Iowa games, but we've seen it across the women's college landscape. She is vitally important.
Clark's potential involvement in the Unrivaled League has sparked much debate. While the league provides exciting opportunities, it is still being determined whether they align with Clark's preferences. Critics have questioned the Unrivaled League's motivations, particularly given its owner's previous lack of support for specific players. The Unrivaled League marks a new era in women's basketball with a one-of-a-kind model that has the potential to transform the sport. However, it is not without controversy. The league's framework, which revolves around 3v3 basketball, may appeal to only some players, notably Caitlin Clark, who excels in conventional 5v5 games. The league's timing, which coincided with the expiry of television rights agreements, has sparked speculation regarding its purpose. Some have speculated that the league's owners may be looking to capitalize on the increased visibility of women's basketball, driven in part by players like Caitlin Clark. However, there are concerns that the league's focus on branding and financial incentives might detract from the sport's integrity.
And efficiency when it comes to scoring. So that's my quick take on it, but I've got to dive deep into it.
Yeah, we know that Caitlin Clark is a great player, and she will probably be great in the WNBA, but just like you said, you know the veterans, you know what you're going to get on that team.
Caitlin Clark's effect on women's basketball cannot be emphasized. Her accomplishments have not only boosted her career, but have also drawn more attention to the sport as a whole. Clark's ability to attract spectators and inspire passion around women's basketball has made her a significant role in the game's development. As the WNBA and other leagues grow, women like Caitlin Clark will play an important part in determining the sport's future. Whether she decides to continue in the WNBA, join the Unrivaled League, or seek other possibilities, Clark's impact will be felt for years to come. While Caitlin Clark's career continues to grow, Angel Reese's path has been plagued by hardships and failures. Despite these hurdles, Reese has shown tremendous perseverance. Her ability to bounce back from rejection and criticism speaks to her strength as a player and a person.
We roll in the Olympics every year. We can afford having, someone who's the 20th best or 24th best instead of the 12th best, because of what it would potentially do to grow the game.
Reese's decision to focus on her mid-range game and face-up shots demonstrates her desire to improve. While she may not be on the same level as Caitlin Clark, Reese's potential is undeniable. Reese has the potential to make a name for herself in the WNBA as her skills improve. Coaches like Cheryl Reeve help shape the careers of players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Reeve's decisions, both in the WNBA and at the Olympics, have had a significant impact on these players' careers. Her choices, whether motivated by team dynamics, personal biases, or other factors, have sparked intense debate in the basketball community. Coaches' influence extends beyond game strategy. They play an important role in the development of players' abilities, mental toughness, and overall career paths. The decisions made by coaches like Reeve can either propel players to new heights or prevent them from reaching their full potential.
She is on pace to become only the 5th player in history in the WNBA. History, not rookie, player, to have a 15-5-5 season.
The media has played a significant role in shaping the stories surrounding Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Media coverage has amplified the comparisons between the two players, often to Reese's detriment. The media's emphasis on Clark's accomplishments and Reese's struggles has created a dynamic in which Reese is perceived as falling short, even when she performs admirably. The media's role in promoting women's basketball is crucial. Positive coverage can help elevate the sport and its players, attracting new fans and increasing visibility. However, the media also has the power to create narratives that may not fully reflect the complexities of players' careers. The media needs to balance its coverage, recognizing the achievements of all players, not just those who are seen as the next big thing.
I think, though, while you can't say she was snubbed, it was a mistake to leave her off. Because to grow the game of women's pro basketball here in America.
The future of women's basketball is bright, thanks in large part to players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. As the sport continues to grow, it's important to recognize the contributions of all players, regardless of their current standing. While Caitlin Clark may be the face of the sport right now, players like Angel Reese also have a vital role to play in its future. The continued development of leagues like the WNBA and the introduction of new leagues like the Unrivaled League will provide more opportunities for players to showcase their talents. As these leagues evolve, the focus should remain on the players and the sport itself, ensuring that women's basketball continues to thrive.
And I just feel really grateful to be here, and I put on an Iowa jersey for 4 years, but like Coach Bluder and Kate said, there's still so much more fun to have, and we're not done.
There is.
In the big scheme of things, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are both vital to the story of women's basketball. While their routes may be different, everyone can leave a lasting impact on the sport. Caitlin Clark's domination on the court has already confirmed her as one of the game's greats, while Angel Reese's resilience and drive signal that her finest days are yet ahead. As we look to the future, it's vital to remember that basketball is a team sport and no individual can achieve success alone. Both Clark and Reese have benefited from the support of their teammates, coaches, and fans. As their careers continue to unfold, we can only hope that they continue to inspire the next generation of women's basketball players, proving that there's room at the top for more than just a one star. In recent years, the world of sports has seen a stunning surge in the importance of women's athletics, a phenomenon that has not only reshaped the playing field, but also challenged long-held beliefs. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are two amazing athletes who are leading the charge. While their paths have been different, their influence on the sports world has been nothing short of revolutionary. On the one hand, Caitlin Clark's recent accomplishments have established new standards, captivated audiences, and inspired young athletes throughout the world. Angel Reese's climb to celebrity, on the other hand, has been welcomed with both affection and condemnation, especially when Dan Patrick publicly rejected her. These incidents provoked extensive discussion, shedding light on larger themes such as gender, media coverage, and the changing face of women's sports.
So it's no fun, but I know me and Caitlin will go at it if anything. Just out of competition though. She wants to win, I want to win, and we're both just two great players that want to compete.
Angel Reese, noted for her basketball skills, has swiftly become a household figure in the world of women's sports. Reese, who was born and reared in Baltimore, Maryland, has achieved great success through dedication and perseverance. Her early career saw her excel in high school basketball, where she won multiple awards and established records. Reese's adjustment to collegiate basketball was simple, and she immediately established herself as a major player for the University of Maryland's women's basketball team. Her NCAA achievements have been nothing short of outstanding, and her ability to score, rebound, and defend makes her one of the league's most versatile players. However, Reese's journey to celebrity has been subject to controversy. Her bold and outspoken personality has made her a divisive figure in the sporting world. Some like her outspoken attitude, while others criticize her for what they see as arrogance. Regardless of the conflicting comments, there is little doubt that Reese has had a huge influence on women's basketball. Her ability to attract attention, both on and off the court, has raised the sport's popularity and sparked debate regarding the public image of female athletes.
Reese the old board, Reese the putback.
Offensive board leads the WNBA in that category. Well done.
All right, fair assessment. Nice pass from Clark. Yeah. First minutes, Clark the flick ahead. Oh, what a dime from Clark and Jones.
Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has stunned the basketball world with her exceptional skill and competitive passion. Clark, who grew up in West Des Moines, Iowa, started playing basketball at an early age. Her enthusiasm for the game was obvious from the outset, and she soon rose to the ranks of high school standouts, smashing records and receiving national acclaim as one of the best prospects. Clark's transition to college basketball was punctuated by a number of standout performances that cemented her position as a budding talent. She has frequently given jaw-dropping performances while playing for the University of Iowa, including many 40-point games and clutch shots that have astounded fans and observers.
Yeah, I think for me, anytime you go up against somebody that's super competitive and, you know, has that same drive and will to win, that's what you love. That's what competitors love. These type of games is what makes our game so great. It's what people want to turn on the TV and watch. I expect the viewership numbers to be through the roof for this. Yeah, I can definitely relate to the pressure that she probably feels on the weight of her shoulders, and, you know, that's a lot to deal with somebody that's 22 years old and has that many eyeballs on her, and being able to manage that. And I know she probably has a lot of people around her that help her, and that's definitely something unique.
Clark's effect on the game extends beyond her remarkable stats. Her playing style, which features a deadly mix of shooting, passing, and court vision, has distinguished her from her colleagues. She has been likened to some of the best players in the sport's history, and her ability to produce under pressure has given her the distinction of being one of the game's most clutch players. As her fame rises, Clark's impact goes beyond the court, motivating a new generation of players and redefining women's basketball expectations.
Minutes, Clark the flick ahead. Oh, what a dime from Clark and Jones.
Makes Caitlin Clark elite at the very top in terms of players.
First time.
Dan Patrick, a well-known character in sports journalism, has long been recognized for his honest thoughts and important voice in the profession. His opinion on sporting events and athletes often has a substantial impact, molding public perception and provoking debate among fans and specialists. However, his recent comments regarding Angel Reese have sparked widespread outrage, highlighting the intricacies of media portrayal and the problems that female athletes face.
She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark, but a member of the Chicago Sky, the national title winner at LSU, and she talked about where all this attention started with her and Caitlin Clark, and she had this to say.
The event in issue happened during one of Patrick's radio appearances when he publicly chastised Angel Reese for what he saw as unsportsmanlike behavior during a major game. Patrick's disapproval of Reese extended beyond her on-court activities. He also criticized her confident demeanor and outspoken temperament, implying that she needed to tone down her personality if she wanted to be taken seriously in the sports world. These remarks instantly went viral, sparking a flurry of responses on social media and throughout the sports world.
If she would have left it with what she had to say right before the last couple of words, I would have been fine with it. She's embraced the villain. She understands social media. She's done quite well. She is cashed in, literally cashed in.
The consequences of Patrick's rejection of Reese go beyond her career. It emphasizes the continual fight for female athletes to be recognized and acknowledged on par with their male counterparts. Reese's experience serves as a reminder that despite the progress achieved in women's sports, major hurdles need to be overcome. The event also highlights the role of media coverage in molding public impressions of athletes, especially female athletes, as well as the need for a more egalitarian and inclusive approach to sports criticism.
But her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese. So she's sort of embraced a Draymond Green role here.
While Angel Reese dealt with the consequences of Dan Patrick's criticism, Caitlin Clark was creating history on the basketball court. Clark performed a masterclass in scoring, passing, and leadership during a recent game that has been recognized as one of the finest performances in college basketball history. Her effort not only helped her team win a key game, but also established a new bar for what is possible in women's basketball. Clark's game-changing moves extended beyond her performance on the court. Off the court, she has been a vocal champion for gender equality in sports, utilizing her position to highlight the discrepancies between men's and women's athletics. Her stance has resonated with both fans and other athletes, gaining her great affection and respect. Clark's initiatives have also highlighted the need for more investment in women's sports, ranging from improved facilities and resources to expanded media coverage and commercial possibilities.
Holly's fighting through it today. Here's Clark bodying in, head banking it home. Caitlin Clark with 20 points and assertive to the cup. Here's Clark bouncing, Boston hitting.
The cultural significance of Clark's recent acts cannot be emphasized. Her success has inspired a new generation of athletes, especially young girls, who regard her as a role model for what they may do. The media coverage of her accomplishments has also led to a change in the narrative around women's basketball, with greater emphasis placed on the ability, talent, and competition of female players. This increased awareness can draw more fans to the sport, resulting in additional chances for women's basketball at all levels. Clark's effect is seen on a global scale. Her triumph has rekindled interest in women's basketball in places where male sports have historically dominated the sport. International fans have taken note of her skills, and there is rising speculation regarding her future in professional basketball, whether in the WNBA or elsewhere. Clark's ascent to fame exemplifies the ability of sports to cross boundaries and bring people together, and her influence on the game will be felt for years.
Hit the three in the corner, Boston the rebound, Clark a good look. She got it. Had missed her first 6 from deep, but no hesitation there. Oh, what a dime! Clark to Boston!
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's experiences provide a captivating case study on the interaction of gender, media, and sports. The way these two athletes are depicted in the press indicates a lot about the difficulties that female athletes experience in achieving the same degree of notoriety and respect as male competitors. It also emphasizes the importance of media coverage in molding public opinions and larger cultural narratives around sports. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has received much acclaim for her confidence and competitive spirit, raising issues about why the same attributes are valued differently in different athletes. Part of the answer might be the way the media develops storylines around certain athletes, which are often based on preconceived assumptions of what a female athlete should look like. These myths are tough to dispel, and they influence how the public perceives athletics.
Listen, I believed in her from day one. You knew that she would only get better and better. She's averaging 17.8 points this season, 41% shooting, 33% from three-point range, leading the league in assists. Her last 5 games, Shannon, 22.5 points per game on 46% shooting, 11.4 assists per game. They've won 4 of their last 5, and now the Indiana Fever are 7th place overall and in playoff positioning.
Social media has also had a significant impact on how the public perceives Clark and Reese. Platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok have allowed athletes direct access to their followers, enabling them to manage their narratives to a degree. However, social media can be a two-edged sword, amplifying both good and negative criticism. Reese describes social media as a war where she has had to defend herself against detractors while simultaneously creating a dedicated audience. Clark has used it as a platform to exhibit her accomplishments and communicate with people all around the globe.
Obviously, people don't understand, like, if they think it's personal, but when I get between the lines, if friends or anything, if my teammate right here went to play for another team.
The interaction of gender, media, and sports is complicated and influenced by a range of elements, such as societal expectations, media practices, and individual personalities. Clark and Reese's tales underscore the need for a more nuanced approach to sports criticism, one that acknowledges the specific problems that female athletes confront and attempts to encourage rather than criticize them. As the media landscape evolves, there is a potential to create a more fair and welcoming atmosphere for all athletes, regardless of gender. This increased exposure has the potential to open up new options for female athletes, notably in terms of sponsorship and financial assistance. As more people become aware of the potential in women's sports, businesses may be more willing to invest in female athletes and provide them with the resources they need to thrive. This in turn might set off a virtuous cycle in which higher investment leads to improved performance, which attracts more fans and investment. However, some issues must be addressed. The occurrences involving Dan Patrick and Angel Reese illustrate the persistent problem of gender prejudice in sports and the need for more fair and inclusive media portrayal. There is also the matter of how to maintain the momentum created by the achievements of players such as Clark and Reese. While their tales have drawn attention to women's sports, this focus must result in long-term change rather than just a fleeting fad.
Angel Reese following you around, pointing to her ring finger and taunting you?
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to get to the handshake line and shake hands and, be grateful that my team was in that position.
A variety of variables, including sustained athlete advocacy, changes in media practices, and growing sponsorship and fan investment, are expected to define the future of women's sports. Women's sports are increasingly being seen as deserving of the same amount of attention and respect as men's sports, and the tales of Clark and Reese are contributing to this shift. As more people become aware of female athletes' skills and efforts, women's sports chances will expand. As we look forward, the tales of Clark and Reese remind us of the necessity of encouraging and promoting women's sports. By recognizing and honoring female athletes' accomplishments, we can contribute to a more inclusive, equal, and exciting sports environment for everyone. We can all help shape the future of sports by increasing funding, improving media coverage, or just turning up to support women's sports. And as Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have shown, the future is bright.
Caitlin is a great player, and I think the way that she's kind of came into this league, she's continuing to hold her own and show everyone what she can do.
Breanna Stewart recently made waves with her remarks on Team USA's preparations for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Stewart openly raised worries about the team's preparation and togetherness. She said that the group, which is mostly made up of veterans, may need more time to gel and play at their peak.
I think our biggest motivation is just the way that we weren't able to kind of get over that final step and final hump. Obviously, Vegas is an incredible team, and them winning the championship last year, and knowing that we're going to play them at the end of this week, we're excited about, but just continuing to build our chemistry, our rhythm together.
This discovery has sparked great controversy among basketball fans and pundits, particularly given the high expectations historically put on the U.S. women's basketball team.
And making sure that we enjoyed this entire process, like during the 7-month drought of the WNBA. We missed our fans at Barclays, and it's good to be back in Brooklyn, and we know all the things that we can be better at this season.
Stewart, a prominent player for the New York Liberty, emphasized the importance of team camaraderie and going back to fundamentals. She stressed that the first games may be unsafe as the squad strives to integrate their tactics and improve their skills. This cautious optimism contrasts dramatically with the normal confidence surrounding Team USA, which has usually dominated the Olympics.
The best of the best. This is like what you dream of doing, and to have had the opportunity to do it in Rio and in Tokyo and now in Paris.
The context for Stewart's remarks is essential.
It's like I'll never turn it down. You know, anytime I can represent Team USA and have USA across my chest, like, I'm always going to show up.
She is not just an experienced Olympian with 2 gold medals from Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020, but also the reigning WNBA MVP.
Stewart leading the break, calling her own number, trying the contact,
wow.
making the tough shot, and she's got an and one, as only Stewie can do.
Given her significant expertise and worldwide accomplishments, her views are credible. Her statements concerning the team's possible troubles are much more poignant in this context. Furthermore, Stewart's remarks came prior to a pre-Olympic exhibition game versus Germany.
I mean, I play in the Olympics because this is the best of the best. This is like what you dream of doing, and to have had the opportunity to do it in Rio and in Tokyo and now in Paris, it's like, I'll never turn it down.
This encounter was seen as a critical test for Team USA, enabling them to evaluate their readiness and find areas for growth. Stewart's concentration on creating team camaraderie and concentrating on tiny details inspired her colleagues and coaches. In light of these statements, the narrative around Team USA has evolved. What was previously seen as an unavoidable path to another gold medal is now depicted as a more difficult road.
Yeah, I mean, we have like no time. And we have like one-off training camps every once in a while, but I think the common theme within all of us is like selflessness, understanding that we're all great and coming together and knowing that, you know, we're gonna try and do something that continually hasn't been done before.
Stewart's honest appraisal highlighted the team's genuine issues, sparking conversations about the need for more rigorous preparation and strategy revisions. Caitlin Clark has been a game changer in women's basketball, having an instant effect since her collegiate days at the University of Iowa.
The Player of the Year, number 22, Caitlin Clark.
Clark has continuously impressed fans and critics with her scoring ability, court vision, and competitive attitude. Throughout her collegiate career, she received many All-American awards and led the country in scoring.
Minnesota keep posting up, but you know who they go to. 22 from the outside.
Clark was chosen into the WNBA in 2024, where she immediately rose to become one of the league's most prominent players. Clark's debut season has been nothing short of sensational, with outstanding statistics and key plays. Her ability to score from any position on the court, along with her playmaking talents, has garnered parallels to some of the game's best players.
It's pretty special. I think, I know how important this award is and how many great people have come before me, like you've mentioned. Like Maya Moore was my idol growing up, so now to be on the same list of her is like pretty absolutely incredible.
Clark's effect goes beyond individual statistics.
We love to see a good clapback, right? And no one does that better than Caitlin Clark. I mean, just a couple of days ago in her game against Louisville, she basically told Haley Van Lith, "You're down 15 points. Shut up."
She has reignited interest in the WNBA, resulting in increased viewership and fan involvement.
And I didn't think that I would actually be at the first one, but here we are.
It felt really exciting that my favorite basketball player made her first triple-double.
We've been following her since last season with Iowa, but seeing her do what she did on the court today, that was actually really amazing.
The so-called Caitlin Clark effect has resulted in increased game attendance and television ratings. Her presence on the court has not only drawn attention to the league, but also inspired a new generation of young athletes.
Caitlin Clark's basketball skill and NCAA tournament takeover has made her one of the highest profile athletes in college sports. Clark will sign a lot of autographs during the rest of her career. She did just that at Principal Park today.
Her play in the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game was one of the most memorable moments of her career so far.
I'm so excited about myself and our team, so I think it's only up from here. I think next year is going to be really incredible. I'm already ready to get back to Iowa City and start working out again.
Clark, along with fellow rookie Angel Reese, helped lead their side to victory while also setting a new viewing record.
I don't think Angel should be criticized at all. No matter which way it goes, she should never be criticized for what she did. I think everybody knew there was going to be a little trash talk in the entire tournament. It's not just me and Angel. So, like I said, I'm a big fan of hers.
The game garnered 3.4 million spectators, breaking previous records and highlighting Clark's impact on the sport.
Caitlin Clark both have a ton of respect for each other, but Angel said it best. She said everybody can.
Great seasons with the Connecticut Sun. Copper has it taken away. It's left in the corner. Jones unable to hook it in.
Despite her accomplishments, Clark was left out of the 2024 Olympic squad.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes.
This choice stunned many people, including Breanna Stewart, who openly backed Clark and recognized her skill.
I think that, I'm excited to go alongside these 12, but know that Caitlin is going to have a bright future with USA Basketball. And I think, the points that she made, she's even more motivated, more hungry, and just knowing that her time is going to come.
The omission triggered questions about the selection process, highlighting possible flaws within the squad chemistry and politics of USA Basketball.
Here's the reality. Tommy's right. It's not just race, though. It's also sexuality. Caitlin Clark is a white heterosexual woman in a black lesbian league, and they resent and are jealous of all of the attention and the shoe deal that she got.
Clark responded to the rebuff with customary poise and concentration. She proceeded to flourish in the WNBA, citing her experience as encouragement.
But I was, very fortunate in my college career. Obviously, my coaches are there tonight accepting the award on my behalf, and it doesn't happen without them, those two there, the rest of our coaching staff, but also the teammates I had through the years. They kind of let me be myself, and also I wouldn't have got to the point I got to if it wasn't for them. So
her success in the league has created a convincing case for her potential inclusion in national team lineups, and many feel it's just a matter of time until she represents Team USA on the international stage. The build-up to the 2024 Olympics has been characterized by intense scrutiny and great expectations for Team USA. The roster, which includes veterans like Breanna Stewart as well as budding talents, has come under scrutiny, particularly after a surprise defeat to Team WNBA in the All-Star game. This setback, along with Stewart's remarks regarding the team's preparation, has raised concerns about their potential to earn another gold medal.
A USA member, I want to be able to be with that team, so it was an honor to come out there and play against them. Coming off the bench, I just wanted to bring as much energy as I could.
The WNBA All-Star game displayed the league's incredible talent, with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese playing key roles. Their effort not only resulted in a victory, but also established new viewing records with 3.4 million viewers.
Some people might think you guys would have taken it easy on them late in this game, let them get their confidence back, but absolutely not, right?
I think we got to get them better. Obviously, I think we're really talented. This league is so talented, so just being able to go up against them, it's an honor.
This game demonstrates the rising popularity of women's basketball and the impact of athletes like Clark in raising awareness of the sport.
I can't believe that it's 2024 and that the Olympics are right around the corner, but I'm really excited to compete. I'm excited to see what Paris has in store, and excited to go after another gold medal.
Team USA's path to the Olympics featured multiple exhibition games designed to hone their strategy and foster team camaraderie. The match versus Germany was especially important since it served as a test of their preparation. Despite early challenges, the squad planned to utilize these games to enhance and consolidate their performance. Stewart's emphasis on mastering the fundamentals and developing chemistry was a repeating topic. The integration of new players and the necessity to adapt to varied playing styles were noted as critical areas for improvement. This strategy attempted to address difficulties identified by their performance in the All-Star game and guarantee they were prepared for the strong competition at the Olympics. The dynamics among Team USA have also been the subject of debate. The combination of experienced veterans and rising stars has resulted in a distinctive team atmosphere. The coaching staff's first aim has been to manage these dynamics and ensure successful teamwork on the court. The idea is to use each player's abilities to build a cohesive unit capable of competing at the top level. The importance of the forthcoming Olympics cannot be emphasized. For many players, it is the pinnacle of their careers, with the chance to demonstrate their abilities on a global scale. The strain to retain the U.S.'s strong tradition in women's basketball adds an extra element of intensity to their preparation. ESPN and other sports pundits have paid close attention and provided insight on the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game. which pits Team USA against Team WNBA. This highly anticipated showdown is critical not just as a display of the league's elite players, but also as a practice run for Team USA before the Paris Olympics. ESPN's coverage of the game focused on the heated competitiveness and standout performances of important players. Team WNBA defeated Team USA 117-109, spearheaded by Arike Ogunbowale's record-breaking 34 points. This win was considered as a major statement about emerging skills within the WNBA, notably the efforts of younger players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. ESPN experts stressed how important this game is for Team USA's Olympic training. The setback highlighted areas where Team USA might improve, notably in team camaraderie and defensive synergy. Team USA's brilliance is evident, but integrating them into a coherent one remains a difficulty, according to commentators. Breanna Stewart and Aja Wilson, two-star players on Squad USA, were honored for their efforts to lead the squad. However, the collaborative effort of Team WNBA stole the show. Caitlin Clark's explosive playmaking and Ogunbowale's scoring skills exemplified the WNBA's diverse talent pool. The game also served as a platform for examining strategic tactics. Team WNBA's usage of quick transitions and perimeter shooting contrasted with Team USA's more conventional, deliberate approach. The strategic dichotomy highlighted the shifting character of women's basketball, with a trend towards more dynamic and adaptable playing styles. Aside from ESPN, other sports pundits and experts discussed the ramifications of this contest. Many observers believe that the All-Star Game acts as a litmus test for Team USA's preparation for international play. The game highlighted areas where Squad USA might improve, including squad cohesiveness and adaptability to varied styles of the game.
It's been a terrific rookie season. It's been a joy to watch you. Enjoy the rest of today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's Angel Reese, who already has 6 rebounds in her 3 minutes of action as Stewart.
Caitlin Clark's performance was notably emphasized across several media. As one of the league's youngest players, her ability to compete at such a high level against seasoned pros was seen as a positive indication for the sport's future.
Caitlin, do you want to know the all-time All-Star Game assist record?
Oh, don't do too much, Ryan. What is it? Okay. It's Sue's. Okay, then I'm breaking it. She's been talking crap all game, so then I'm breaking it. If it's anybody else, they can keep it. Not Sue Bird.
Clark's effect on the game, both in terms of scoring and playmaking, was commonly acknowledged as a crucial component in Team WNBA's success. Looking forward, pundits agree that Team USA should utilize this experience to fine-tune their strategy and strengthen team relations. The setback against Team WNBA, although disheartening, gives significant knowledge that may be used to improve their performance in the Olympics. The focus will likely be on upgrading defensive strategies and ensuring the star-studded squad functions as a united team. The 2024 WNBA All-Star Game was more than simply an exhibition game. It served as a vital evaluation stage for Team USA, as well as a showcase of the league's emerging potential. ESPN's analysis, as well as the reaction of other sports media, highlights the importance of this game in setting the future paths of both Team USA and the WNBA as a whole. Finally, the build-up to the 2024 Paris Olympics has been both challenging and exciting for Team USA. Breanna Stewart's frank remarks have underlined the need for meticulous preparation and strategic focus. Caitlin Clark's excellent career and the significance of her achievements continue to influence the narrative of women's basketball. As the team goes into the Olympics, the balance of experience and young potential will be key in their quest for another gold medal.